Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. And I'm so excited because what time is it? It is happy hour time. This is like kind of different for us to be together at 4:30 starting on Wednesday. So I'm happy that you guys are here because today is going to be so much fun. I wonder, let me know what you're having for happy hour. I have my Moscow Mule, and hey, Karen. And I am, it's that kind of a day. This is going to be a straight out of a can kind of day, like no nothing, right out of the can, the Moscow Mule. So we're going to have a good happy hour together because we have a guest that I am so excited to talk to. So many of you love him also. And he's just a great community guy, business person, offering up some funky and fresh food for all of us. So in a little bit, we are going to bring into stream the one and only Mr. TrueMan McGee. Can't wait to start our conversation. But first, I wanted to give just a quick shout out because there's been some really exciting things happening in the MKE lately. And just a huge shout out to our friends at Light the Hone. How many of you have seen this? This is so cool. This is phase one, where they are finishing up the west side of the Daniel Hone Memorial Bridge. This runs along Interstate 794. And I just wanted to give a huge shout out to my friends Ian and Michael, who have really spearheaded this Light the Hone project. It is really going to be something spectacular. And I love what they said. We believe Milwaukee has never had a brighter future, and we want to prove it. So that's so cool. Congratulations to everybody at Light the Hone, because I know later on in October, they're going to have the official lighting ceremony, and we'll all see all kinds of great stuff from them. So cool. I also wanted to let you know, take a watch, because tomorrow, on the Morning Blend, today's TMJ4 live at 9 o'clock, Entertaining in Style by David Caruso is going to be showcasing this really great outdoor dinner party that we had at our house just the other day. And we're just going to kind of talk about fun backyard party ideas as we're wrapping up in the summer and moving into fall. There's still some time, I think, that we could enjoy the outdoors with our friends and family. So tune in tomorrow on the Morning Blend. I can't wait to show you how it all came together right here in our backyard at home. So cheers to a happy hour midday week. I hope everyone is doing well. And we are going to move on to our conversation. You guys know him, I know, so well. And he is just one of the people that we all love in our city. And I'm so excited to have him because, to be honest, I've been trying to get Mr. TrueMan McGee to join us on DC Live. And we made this special happy hour, and here he is. How are you?
Hey, how's it going, David?
I'm doing so well. I'm so excited that you're here. Are we talking to you from your kitchen?
We're live from the Funky Fresh Factory, located
in
Sherman, Phoenix, on the north side of Milwaukee. Thank you for being patient with me, man. You've been trying to get me from June, from July. You showed up at my house. I've seen you. You was at the gym. I seen you at the grocery store, behind the produce, like Mr. Funky Fresh. Where you at? So,
where you at?
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, my pleasure, my pleasure. It's funny because, to be honest, I have just really been watching you, and it was really during stay at home where I just kept seeing you pop up everywhere with great things that you're doing for your customers, for the people that work for you in the community. With your products. And to me, I was like, hey, this guy is super cool. He's top of his game, and I want to chat. So I appreciate it. and we have lots to talk about. But I wanted to start with your name because
TrueMan Shannon McGee. It's like super Irish. Shannon and McGee, right? Black guy with Irish name is what it is. My name TrueMan. I always tell the story. Like people ask, like, where did the name TrueMan come from? I don't know. I've asked my parents, and they haven't given me a clear answer. So I just make up a super corny dad joke, like, well, when I was in the hospital, when I was born, my doctor handed me to my father and said, "Sir, this kid looks just like you." And he said, "That's true, man." And that's kind of that's the corny joke I make up when people ask me, but it's spelled TrueMan, but I capitalized the M, so it's like two names, TrueMan, because I feel like a superhero when you say TrueMan instead of Truman. So you see my name on Facebook, it's TrueMan.
Yeah, you need like some gusto behind it, right? Like TrueMan.
TrueMan. Yeah, you know, recently my dad, he lives in North Carolina now, and he just called me. He was saying how not thankful, but how grateful he is of me, and just cause I help out my parents, and how I lived up to my name. Like, he lived up to being a true man, and that made it for me, you know.
Yeah.
So, as a little boy, I think, you know, if you're grateful enough to have your father in your life, you know, looked up to his father, and that was a cool moment for me.
Yeah, that's super cool. And you have some neat little kiddos of your own, right?
Yes. I have two kids. I got TrueMan Jr. and I have a daughter named Lola. They're actually here. They're inside the Sherman Phoenix. They're going to get some popcorn from Lush Popcorn and some treats from Confection of Yours. I know you talked to Adija a couple of months ago, so this is like their second home.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, if they come in, we'd love to say hi to them, but they don't have to be shy if they come back.
Hey, they will.
Okay, good. I've seen them in photos, really cute family, so I'm happy for you about that. You know, one of the things too, before we get to you know, the real specifics about Funky Fresh, is I was looking at some of the information about your story, your personal story, because, you know, being a business owner myself, I really truly know that it just doesn't happen. There's something that kind of provides that spark or inspiration about how all of our businesses kind of pop up. And so, you know, for you, it really was related to a personal journey, kind of getting laid off as a steel worker, and a journey about your weight, right?
Yeah. So even before that, I'm gonna go deeper. I'm gonna go deep. This is exclusive. I'm getting deep on David's show. So
let's do it.
When I was a kid, you know, speaking of my father, he just really empowered me as a kid. He said, "You're gonna be successful." Speaking of, I have my little baby Daryl here. Lola, say hi, Lola.
Hi, Lola. Did you get some popcorn?
Yes. You like popcorn? Yeah.
Oh,
he is
beautiful. I love your jean jacket.
Princess. Look at TJ. But when I was a kid, I said my dad empowered me, and I used to always, whenever you like look at the tag on something that says like, say, Fruit of the Loom, and always has TM on it, like, which stood for trademark, or whatever products you just see TM, and I always looked at that as that was my name, like TrueMan McGee instead of trademark, and I just envisioned that I would have my name everywhere. I would be great. I would do great things in life, and I believed it. And when my dad empowered me, I feel like your first role model are your parents or anybody that's close to who have raised you, and like they told me that, and I thought they were. I'm like, okay, if that's what he means, then it's true. So going into that moment in 2010, 2011, where graduated high school in 2002, worked as a steel worker, and almost 10 years into that, I just felt like I wasn't living my purpose. I wasn't, I feel like I was just doing something that was safe, and I knew deep down like there's something else I should be doing. But all things happen for a reason. I became a journeyman sheet metal worker. And literally the day I became a sheet metal worker, I got laid off. So it's like 8 a.m. You completed your sheet metal apprenticeship. You're now a sheet metal worker. You get a big pay raise from making $28 an hour to $45. At this time I'm 27, 28. I feel like it's good money. And at 2 p.m. they said, "Oh, we don't have enough work." This is like at the same time where it's a recession going on, and a lot of people was getting laid off, and there wasn't a lot of people spending money, and that sent me into a depression. Like at that time too, it was just like a perfect storm of all these things, from me being laid off, me being at my heaviest, me not feeling unmotivated, like approaching 30, going bald, like all these things that we fear as men. I felt like, something has changed. So going into 2012, I was coaching wrestling too. So I wrestled in high school, being athletic, being an athlete. So when I graduated high school, I started coaching, helping out kids at my old school, and I found a passion for coaching. I became an assistant coach at Bradley Tech. Then I became head coach at Milwaukee Pulaski in 2010. So when I 2012, some of my former student athletes from Bradley Tech, they won state titles, state championships. So at 17 years old, 16, 17 years old, they're like living their dream.
Yeah.
You're the top wrestler in the state of Wisconsin. That's huge. So that just inspired me. Like, you know what? I need to be doing that. I need to be living my dreams. And March 1st of 2012, that's my rebirth day. That's the day I decided to take control of my life. And
I love that.
I celebrate it every year. So I got 2 birthdays. And if anybody was listening, I suggest you get another birthday because it's twice as awesome. So I started working out, started eating healthy, watching a lot of Netflix documentaries that scare the life out of you. And then in a matter of like 6 months, I lost like 50 pounds, and I was rejuvenated, and I was just so happy. Look at that guy. Oh,
look at that guy.
You're on point. So I would say this right now, though, I'm like in a mixture of both of them. I add a little bit more chub, but I'm not quite to the left, but I still
That's okay.
I'm still working on it.
I see you at the gym.
Yeah.
I know you're doing it.
So that was fun. Like, that was great, for me to have that transformation. And I said, like, why not be a personal trainer? I'm already coaching wrestling. Coaching wrestling is almost like training. So let's get into personal training. So during all that time, I found this big tractor tire, and I was doing tire flips all around the city. We would go to the lakefront, and one day I was flipping tires up the big hill on whatever. And this lady was like, "What are you doing with that tire?" And I'm like, I'm the king of dad jokes. I'm like, I'm getting tired. And it was true, because I'm like tired from using the tire. I'm mentally tired from where I was at in my life. I'm like, it's like a double entendre. So I'm like, let's go for it. And I started a business called Getting Tired Fitness. That was in 2012. From Getting Tired Fitness, I started making healthier foods and selling to my clients. From there, Funky Fresh is born. The idea.
That is so cool. And I love that there's, in your journey, it's been like there's been words that kind of spark some of this.
Yeah.
I was looking about your Tired Fitness, and you said it was non-traditional outdoor workouts with objects recycled from around the city, such as tires, like you said, and things like old water hoses.
Yeah.
So that's so cool. Like really thinking kind of outside of your.
So with Getting Tired, it was like we're helping people by getting in shape. But also in the city, is so much litter, so much trash, and things that can be repurposed. So I would go to these different farms, like in Oak Creek and or just around the city, find these big tractor tires. And people like, hey, I'll let you have it because it costs money to dispose. Big tires, you could be like $100 to dispose them. So I said, let me use them. And then here you find rope, you find water hose. So we were doing stuff like we tire water hose around just like a little car tire. We have people pulling it or have people swinging it. Have just all different type of stuff. And it was cool. It worked out, and that was like some of the funnest times I've had was being a personal trainer.
That's so cool. And you have some buddies that you are kind of like in the gym workout with, right?
Yeah. So Shannon Vick in the middle, he's the owner of Iron Fist Fitness. Crazy story. As I met him on Craigslist, and he's literally one of my best friends. I met him in 2015 when I was looking for a different gym, and he like I seen his gym, and it was weird at first. It's like he was trying to just fill each other out. his first time using Craigslist, my first time using Craigslist to find like for business,
Right.
and end up finding somebody who literally he's Lola's godfather, which is wild. So, and Mighty, he's on I'm not sure if that's the right or the left. But he's the taller gentleman on the outside. He's the owner of this water company called Be Clear, and pretty much is like alkaline water using eco-friendly aluminum bottles. So another person I met recently within the last probably 3 years, and we've become just good friends because we all got a lot of the same visions, and we like to have fun and do some comedy skits too.
Yeah, I love that you're fun and funky. That's so cool. I like the Be Clear. I'm going to talk to you about it in a little bit too. But I think before we go on to Funky Fresh, is there something that viewers need to know about a little special that you're going to give?
So anybody that's watching, at the end of the broadcast, we will be giving away some Funky Fresh goodness to you. So all you have to do is stay tuned, and I'm going to ask some questions. If you get the questions right in the comment, I will ship you 1 dozen spring rolls, which is 2 packs.
Wow.
Boom. We're going to give away 2 packs of 2. So we're giving away 2 dozen rolls to 2 people.
That's so cool. So pay attention, people, because those spring rolls are waiting. Okay, so another thing I wanted to ask you about, and I think that you had some really great success with some of the maybe competitions that you entered early on. One that I'm familiar with is Project Pitch It, but I know that there was some FedEx competitions too that you were part of. But what was that like for you? Did that give you kind of a good kickstart?
Yeah, all the competitions really is beyond the exposure is just getting you used to selling your product and and being able to refine it and talk and say it in front of different people, different demographics of people, and also just give you confidence. It's not it takes some confidence to get up there and talk, or even just applying for stuff. Sometimes you might have a great product and you might not completely believe in it. So for me, the first competition we got in was called Rev Up MKE, which is done by the Near West Side organization. We did that in 2016. That was the first competition that really gave me confidence, and we was runner up to Peach Pops, which is also another local brand I love. And then from there, we entered into FedEx, placed in the top 10 in the FedEx, entered into Project Pitch It, got on TV, got to be in front of 50,000 people, and gotten messages and emails from all across the state about how people are interested in getting our spring rolls, which we will be shipping probably starting next Monday. We're going to be shipping our spring rolls pretty much to definitely everybody in the Midwest and most parts of America.
That's amazing. That's so cool. Spreading the funk. That's awesome. I love it. So, about Funky Fresh, now your spring rolls, like you just said, kind of now you're into it. You're really getting exposure. People are showing much more interest. But really the philosophy of what Funky Fresh spring rolls is all about, you say, we believe everyone is connected through food, no matter your race, religion, social background. Everyone loves food. We need it to survive. Some use it for comfort, and some use it to heal.
Yes,
that's I love that philosophy.
Yeah, my mom, she was a caterer, and she was an MPS teacher during the day, and in the summertime, she catered weddings, funerals, baby showers, everything you could think of. Hey, baby. And I would see people's reaction to the food, these people is eating and they just they talking, and food is just an inanimate object that connects us all. No matter who you believe in, whoever you vote for on November 3rd or I can't think of the day. But if you're voting for November, guarantee you that everybody's gonna eat that same day. So for me, it's since food is that connecting piece, let's make it wholesome. Let's make it delicious. Let's have fun with it. Let's spread joy. And that's been my mission with Funky Fresh.
That is so cool. I just love that. And I think that really shows in the quality of what you do and what people enjoy from your locations too. So tell us about the ingredients and what makes your way of cooking the spring rolls different.
Yeah. So the first roll we started with was the sweet potato and black bean, which is pretty much like I'm giving out the recipe. So if you want to get it, you better write it down right now. If everybody hears so the sweet potato and black bean, I don't even know how I came up with this recipe, but it's like a baked sweet potato. So pretty much we shave sweet potato, you season it with smoked paprika, cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, sea salt, a little olive oil, and we like marinate it, we bake it, we add that with some fresh black beans, some cilantro, and that mixture, I felt like it went good with everything at the time. I'm just like, I was looking at just different meals, and this came across. I don't know if I seen it on Pinterest. I don't know how. I don't remember. But I would put this into a taco. I would put it into a quesadilla. I would put it into a burrito, and I thought like this will go good in the spring roll, like egg roll. And I made it. It was amazing. And going back to my father was like Vietnam vet, just steak and potatoes, a man's man. You know, he loved this vegan meal. I'm like, man, and going back to my childhood empowerment.
Yeah.
I said, if my dad loved it, anybody gonna love it.
Yeah.
So we started with that. Then we did a buffalo chicken and kale, which is we do like a spicy marinated chicken. We do fresh kale, fresh jalapeno, Greek yogurt, blue cheese. And that's like those two are our top selling rolls. There's a chicken club, which has turkey bacon, avocado, tomato, mozzarella, chicken, broccoli, and mushroom with feta, because feta is better. Okay. And,
now, how do you get that perfect texture on the rolls? I think that's key, right?
You gotta use olive oil. Olive oil is the way. So what we do is we mix extra virgin olive oil with canola oil. That's our secret. Olive oil has flavor. Unlike a lot of different oils, like canola oil is flavorless and tasteless, but in a lot of vegetable oils but olive oil got nice flavors in it, and we get a good quality olive oils too. For example, we go to another local place, which is Oro de Oliva, right there located in Public Market and a lot of different stuff. And like just good quality ingredients, honestly.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's so cool. So you say that they're handcrafted, gourmet, with fresh local ingredients and never deep fried.
Yeah.
But then, how did the frozen come into play? When did this happen?
Frozen goodness. So this is crazy how the universe works. When I first started selling these rolls, like out of my house, out of my parents' house, because around that time I got laid off, I had to, hey dad, can I move back in at 28? And I was selling out of their house, and I never deep fried it. To this day, I've never deep fried it. I don't even want to know. If you buy our rolls and deep fry it, don't tell me, okay? Don't tell me. Actually, I program all the rolls to explode if you deep fry them. Sorry. So I either bake them or I like kind of brush my olive oil and just like pan sear them. And that was like the thought of them. But just thinking bigger, I'm like, man, this would be great in the grocery stores.
Mm-hmm.
Like you go to the grocery store, a lot of spring roll manufacturers. No offense to whoever buys frozen spring rolls at the grocery store, but kind of get what you pay for. You know, like they're like anywhere from $5 to $7. Ours are a little bit more expensive, but they're better quality. Like we got Karen. What's up, Karen?
Yeah.
Is it Karen or Corinne? I'm sorry.
Karen.
Karen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang it.
So the frozen.
Frozen.
Yep.
Okay. I'm like,
it's
really?
Happy hour. It's happy hour. It's okay.
Be clear. That's what I get. All right. So I thought that these would be great in the stores, right? Like I said, we was getting all, they got a lot of different egg rolls, spring rolls. So early on, a lot of people don't know this because this is a fail, but it's a lesson. I applied to be on Shark Tank, and I thought this would be the next big thing. This is in 2013. Granted, I didn't get Funky Fresh wasn't even established until 2015. So I went to Shark Tank and I just had a great product. That's it. They're like, okay, you got a good food, but is this a business? I'm like, no, you don't understand. You get this nationwide. And it's like, yeah, whatever, got it. So that's like, no, I need to develop a business. But anyway, I had this idea with selling frozen even back then. But with the way it works is you need manufacturing space, you need personal kit, you need all this stuff. And financially, I just wasn't there. So we sold frozen rolls from 2015, 16, 17. But when I tell you, we've probably from 2015 to 2019, we've probably made like $5,000 in selling frozen rolls. So not much.
Right.
And then when COVID-19 happened and the world shut down and all the restaurants are closed, I won't forget the date. This is my third birthday now, March 14th. I got 3 birthdays. March 14th is when the restaurants closed in Wisconsin. And I needed to, I got 9 employees.
Right.
They got families. They are relying on me, and I don't know what's going on. I said, well, I got a bunch of frozen rolls and people can't come to me by coming to them. And that's literally how it started. And I took the first day, which is March 15th, I loaded up 3 coolers, took all the spring rolls out, went on Facebook Live, and I sold them all. And I got a Ziploc bag. I'm like, anybody want spring rolls? And people were hitting me up, and I'm like, man. And then everybody couldn't come back, but maybe 3 or 4 people started working, and we kept producing. And the idea of frozen really was born this year, born through the pandemic. So that's kind of how it happened.
Wow, and that's so cool. So it kind of got you through. And what do you also do meal prep, or is that something that you don't do through Funky Fresh?
Well, yeah, we was doing meal prep too at the same time, but I just felt like we needed to focus. And I love cook. I just love cooking, right? And I feel like I got great unique recipes, and the meal prep was just too much to do. So I feel like sometimes you got to just keep it simple. And that's
it's so true. You can't do it all when you have to really focus. I love the story about how the frozen really came into play during the pandemic. So you mentioned you're at Sherman Phoenix. Now that is such a cool place. Tell us a little bit about it, and how you landed your spot there and why.
Yeah. So Sherman Phoenix, if you don't know the story of Sherman Phoenix, it was born from the unrest of 2016 when the young man was shot by the police officer, and unfortunate events followed with the rioting, and just a scary time in Milwaukee. I think for all Milwaukeeans, and from there, 2 women, Joanne Sabir and Julie Kaufman. Lola is literally, even though we got an intense story going on, she got ice cream all over the place. Just there you go.
She needs her treat.
Yeah, she got some Miss Purple ice cream too, another local business.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
And I love that Sherman Phoenix has really become kind of like a family of all of your restaurateurs and vendors there.
We're all family. We definitely support each other and we help each other and all that. So it was 2 ladies. They pretty much raised like $4 million, renovated the space. I'm friends with Joanne and her husband Manan, who were owners of the formerly known as Juice Kitchen, which turned to the Shindig.
All right.
And we've been, like I said, friends for a long time. And she called me and we got this project, and I think you'd be great in it. And she told me, I already knew kind of what's going on, and within probably the first 30 seconds, I'm like, I'm in. I'm all in. So that's kind of how I got involved. That was in 20. I agreed to it before I didn't even. It was just like, I'm from this neighborhood. I grew up 5 minutes from the Sherman Phoenix, and this is our community. And for me, it's important to be impactful in a community more than just being an entrepreneur, but inspiring, being the agents of change. If we're not going to do it, who will? So that was how it started for me. And they started construction in 2017. It finally opened in November 30th of 2018, and It's been great. Before that, it was at the Grand Avenue Mall, and Grand Avenue Mall was just closing up, and the Sherman Phoenix was just opening at the same time, and it was a great transition.
That's so cool. It's such a special place. And like you said, besides yourself, there's so many cool places
Yes.
for people to check out at the Sherman Phoenix. So it's really, really a great spot to be. Is the building open? People can dine now, dine in?
So the building's open. It's not open for dine-in yet.
Okay,
But it is open for you to come get some takeout. They got some seating outside you can do.
cool.
So, it doesn't have the same volume, but it's still good enough that we all able to, make sales and be able to, take care of business. And,
Yeah.
Even with just new avenues like curbside pickup, I think curbside pickup is a part of life now.
Yeah, forever.
If things change, things go back to whatever normal is, curbside pickup is going to be there. And I'm just kicking myself like, why haven't we been doing this? It makes so much sense.
It's so true. People have really gotten adapted to that, and it's going to continue. Now, how did the burgers come into play? Funky Fresh Burgers. Oh my gosh, that's like my love.
Real sensitive with this topic, okay? Funky Fresh Burgers are something special and unique. So even when I posted, you posted the original flyer and it said Funky Fresh Burgers on it. People were in the comments like, Funky Fresh Burgers are back? Whatever. So Funky Fresh Burgers actually was created the same time Funky Fresh Spring Rolls were created. Was created in 2012. When I was a personal trainer and I was selling food to people. I was selling my mean green salad. I was selling our spring rolls. I was selling burgers. But the thing is, people didn't understand like turkey burgers, chicken, because we do all non-beef and non-pork burgers. I feel like Culver's and Cops and all these great local places, they master burgers. So I'm like, I don't need to master a beef burger. You get a beef burger from anybody, but no one pays attention to turkey burgers or shrimp burgers or salmon burgers or chicken, or veggie burgers, right? So I went after I felt like we had a good hold on Funky Fresh Spring Rolls. Last year I went back to my recipe book and I did one day with selling turkey burgers, and it just kind of grew to its own following to the point where the last day we sold them, we had 80 people in line waiting to get these burgers. I will say they are really good burgers. The only thing is we're Funky Fresh Spring Rolls. We're not Funky Fresh Burgers. And it's like, I feel like a business like that, you really got to give really good attention to. And even going back to keeping it simple, like the burger days are great financially, but just our team was always unorganized.
Yeah.
So we weren't set up to be a burger business. We set up spring rolls. So I had to pull a plug on the burgers, and one day maybe they'll come back. And you see Niecy, we call it Niecy Robertson. Yeah. She said we missed the burger.
Misses them.
Niecy was one of the last people to try a Funky Fresh burger. So
Niecy, I'm jealous of you. I'm jealous. So those people can watch because that might be coming back for special occasions.
Maybe, yeah.
So where else can people find the spring rolls? I know besides Sherman Phoenix, lots of farmers markets, right?
Yeah, you can find us at Shorewood Farmers Markets every Sunday from 9:30 to 1 p.m. Find us at South Shore Farmers Market every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. You could, like I say, you order them on our website, and we deliver them in town. Or you could even, like I said, start Monday. We're going to start shipping them regionally to the, in the Midwest, and then eventually we're going to take over the world.
I love that. They can order them on the website, which is funkyfresh.kitchen.
Yeah,
super easy to remember, which is really cool. Yep. Now, are you going to be a part of the market hall at the Avenue? Is that just a rumor, or is that something
we were in talks about it?
Yeah.
And with everything going on, the uncertainty, we pulled out.
Yeah.
So we talked about it, and the Avenue, which was formerly the Grand Avenue Mall, we ended up pulling out. So like I said, we couldn't make it work. Great people there. I got a lot of love for them, but just didn't fit with us right now, which is an opportunity, and I feel like, at this point, being strategic with your next moves. I think it's important.
Yeah, it's so key to just really, be solid with what you're capable of doing, and that you can be there for your employees and help your family, and just, not be too pulled away. So it's good that you think of all those things. Now, I know that the community is super important to you, and,
Yeah.
and I love some of the things that you do, but tell us why being involved in the community is so important to Funky
Yeah.
Fresh.
Well, just representation. Speaking of community, one of my favorite kids in the world. This is my son TrueMan. He got his haircut. He got this nice, cool, high top.
Wow, TrueMan, I got to put you on full screen because that is too good for a little screen. Hey,
Live with David Caruso.
Hello, David Caruso.
How are you? Good to see
With
you
the ice
guys.
cream. She has the ice cream beard.
That's so cool. Hey, TrueMan, is that a rock around your necklace?
True. Show him the rocks. Yeah, it's a show him. It's a
Oh,
healing
wow.
from this young lady named Melissa Blue. She makes copper stones with or copper jewelry with different crystals and gems with different types of healing and traction to it, and it's pretty cool.
That's so cool. Now, TrueMan, what do you like to do best around the restaurant? What's your favorite thing?
Meeting the different people and eating the food.
You're the taste tester?
Yeah.
Yes, he's the number one taste tester. Lola, what's your favorite sauce? Boom boom sauce. She loves the boom boom.
Boom boom.
Oh, speaking of boom boom, I got some ice cream on my boom boom.
Now, I have one more question for Junior. Can I ask one more question?
True. One more question.
How's school going right now?
It sucks.
It does.
Yeah.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 5th.
Okay. That's cool. You missing being with your friends a lot?
Kind of.
Yeah.
What do you want to do then?
If my friends are watching, I'm sorry. I miss y'all.
I love that. Well, I applaud you for doing your best. I know it's hard, but hang in there, because hopefully we'll be all back at normal.
Hey, Samantha, Katie.
Hey, Samantha.
Samantha is actually one of my good friends, and she's like, "Oh, I hope you do a great job today. You kill it, and yada yada yada." And I was like, "Okay." I totally forgot today was Wednesday that we had our meeting today. So she reminded me that you got David tonight, and I was like, "Okay, I got you."
I love her. She's a great lady.
Yeah,
she's a great lady.
Yeah.
So community, tell us a little bit, like, how are you engaged in the community? What are some of your favorite things?
Yeah. So you asked me why I was important. Also, I wanted to answer that. Just being like the whole representation and other kids, especially kids that look like me, to see like it's possible to be a chef and it's possible to be an entrepreneur. Like, kind of going back to my childhood, one of my dreams, I started cooking at 6. So one of my dreams was to be a chef. One of my dreams was to direct movies and produce music and doing all these other things. But I didn't know any movie directors. It looked like being a movie director was like being an astronaut. It seemed like this big thing that's impossible. Or being a chef. I didn't know any chefs. So it's like those were like these out of this world dreams that I didn't know anybody. So you don't think it's possible. And I knew people that were steel workers. So that's, it kind of influenced me to go that way. So being able to inspire kids that look like me to be like, you know what, you could do this. You could chase your food dreams. You could chase whatever dreams you can. You could make it happen. You have limited resources, but unlimited amount of passion and drive. And you could make it happen. So anytime I get an opportunity to speak to kids or do anything in the community, if it's food drives or giving out food, or if it's we do Funky Fresh Math Night, or we do virtual. Now it's Funky Fresh Virtual Math Night, but before we do a math night where people come in the Phoenix and we give out free food and we give out free math tutoring, and it's just doing my part. Like, everybody has the ability to make some change. I don't care if you're an entrepreneur or not. If it's just picking up garbage in your community, you're making a change, right? So being a business owner and being, you know, somewhat influential, like, why not? So if every business in the Sherman Phoenix does something great, that's just uplifts the community. Then what about all these other businesses? Like, if every business did a math night or did a tutoring night or did some sort of give back, how much greater would the community be? We get so much from the community, but we got to give back too. So I love challenging other entrepreneurs, other people to always pay it forward. You know, like my dad always said, you can't pay me back, but you can pay me forward, meaning that you always pay the next generation and keep moving forward.
I love that. You can't pay me back, but you can pay it forward. Yeah. That's such a great way to think about it. And you're right. You know, it really goes to say that it's those little acts of kindness, the little change agents that everybody can be in their own way. Right. Sometimes I think people get a little too intimidated because they think we have to do things that are so grand in scale to have an influence. But I think like your math nights and just being the example every day of a person that people see that they can emulate and be like too. I love that.
Right. So if you're saving money, you won't get a fortune from saving money in one day or a week or a year. It might take, you know, putting away a little bits of money here and a day. Like my favorite thing to do is just pick up pennies, nickels, dimes, and put them in a little mason jar. And at the end of the year, maybe cash it in just to see how much we got. And it was a time when my son, he was about 2 or 3, or this is like 2013, 14. So like 23 or 4 years old. And I'm still at my parents' house. You know, my unemployment has ran out. You know, personal training is a tough business. I'm not selling a lot of food. And it was a moment where I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna, you know, pay my phone bill, right? And then I remember I went to my mason jar that I always collect money from, just little pennies here and there, and I turned it in, and it was like $80. And I was like, oh, I took that $80 and I flipped it to make $400. You know, so that's just, you know, it's the little things that count. It was me picking up a penny here, picking up a quarter here. So conversations could be like picking up pennies. Like this conversation, someone could get 5 cents worth of knowledge, but if you seeking that knowledge every day, you'll have a wealth of knowledge over time.
Oh my gosh, that is so true. I love that. I love that. Now, before I ask you another question as we're getting ready to wrap up, one of our viewers wants that T-shirt. Can people buy those T-shirts?
Yeah, Katie, come to the Sherman Phoenix. You can get one. We got them there, $15. You can get them off our website too, funkyfresh.kitchen. I think I got them on my website. If I don't have them, definitely go to our website.
Sherman Phoenix.
Or go to Sherman Phoenix. Katie, I will give you the shirt off my back. Just come on. They got a little ice cream on it, but don't worry.
Hey, Katie, ask for an autograph. Don't forget. Bring a white Sharpie so you can get his autograph. You know, you mentioned this about like picking up the pennies in conversations, and certainly, you know, so many of the really great, kind-hearted examples that you've even presented in this conversation about, you know, losing your job as a steel worker and not having money to pay the phone bill, and, you know, COVID hits your restaurant business, and, you know, Sherman Phoenix was birthed out of protests and unrest in a community. You know, so many people have such heavy burdens that they're really, you know, dealing with right now related to COVID and systemic racism and virtual school and losing their jobs. Yeah. What are, you know, maybe 1 or 2 of your always like go-to get me through this things that you can share with our viewers?
My favorite stuff right here.
Good.
So it's 2 things. So I have one of my favorite books for any book readers out there is The Alchemist, right? By Paulo Coelho. I can never pronounce that. Anyway, it's a quote in The Alchemist that says, when you want to succeed, all the universe conspires to help you. So that's something I truly believe in. I believe that if you want to succeed, the higher power out there, whatever you believe in, will help you. You know, even if you don't believe in anything, just believe in that things will always work out. You don't have to have a religion to believe things will always work out. And not to say it won't be pretty. It might be tough. It might be a long period of toughness, but things will always work out. But you have to believe. And you have to take action too.
Mhm.
I can't believe that I'm gonna be a successful business, and I don't work towards doing that. You know, I gotta believe it, and I gotta act. And you're gonna have people, places, and things that's gonna always come into your life to help elevate you. And it's up to you to take the opportunity or not. You know, sometimes you ask opportunity, but the universe is gonna put another opportunity always. So if you're going through a rough time, things will always work out. And then also, if there's a will, there's a way. You know, and it's super cliche, but if you have the will to get it done, you know, it will get done. You know, there's nothing impossible. I've learned that when I was working in the trades early that, you know, it'd be times where we're hanging ductwork into, like, for example, I worked at the airport and it was like a couple spaces that was so tight. I'm like, there's no way possible that we're going to get this job done. It always worked out. The job always done. So times might be tough, but just dig down, and it's easier said than done. And there's days you're not going to want to work. There's days you're going to be quit. That's fine. There's days you're going to be, you know, just say, you know what, I'm going to Taco Bell tonight. That's fine. That's fine. But just know that you got to stay the course, you know, and if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. And I think related to that too, well, both of those things is, like you said, you know, things work out. And so many people, especially in situations right now, I feel like it's kind of almost allowing yourself to take a step back, you know, to take a breath and to reflect on situations in the past that have worked out. It is hard when we're in the right, Truman, right, Mr. Junior? You know, it does work out. And the other thing is, you know, what you were saying earlier is so, so true. And I always say, like, you know, when you are in complete alignment with what you're meant to do, and you have prepared and you have readied yourself for opportunity, that just like you said, the world and the universe conspires to get you there. It is so, so true. And they can't knock you off the track. It's no matter how hard they try, COVID or
just know that, like, when COVID happened, it was like that day. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this, and I just kept thinking. I cried. I ain't gonna lie, I straight up was crying that day because I'm like, I was thinking about my employees with kids. I'm like, man, like they're depending on me. That was heavy. That was a heavy day. That's the first day in probably years where I just sat in the house. I didn't leave the house, and I just was thinking. And those words, you know, the will. If there's a will, there's a way. Stay in the course, and just knowing that there's always going to be obstacles, no matter what you do. It's always, you know, one of my favorite quotes is like, you either in the storm, you're on your way out of a storm, or you're on your way into the next storm. And it's just kind of how it is. And just being mentally prepared to deal with obstacles in life, it just toughens you. I get a lot of that from wrestling, you know, and it's just a tough sport that, you know, there's always be obstacles, but you got to look at an obstacle for what it is. It's just an obstacle. And we need obstacles. We need obstacles to make us better, right? If life was just easy and we didn't have no obstacles, we'll all just be eating Chick-fil-A every day, binge watching TV, wouldn't have no drive, wouldn't have no reason to grow. So when you see an obstacle, know that, yes, it's time to get to work, and know that you get through it, you know?
You're gonna have a testimony, something about, like, you can't have a testimony without a test or something, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Yeah.
That's so great. Well, last thing, I know that this is probably important to all of us, but you mentioned it earlier. We got to get people the giveaway. But we got to get people out there to vote, right, Truman?
From product placements, from Lush Popcorn. Yeah. We're giving away 2 dozen spring rolls. So
good.
I'm going to drink my Be Clear water.
I love that. You have that at your restaurant, right?
Yeah, from the Sherman Phoenix. Lola, she wants to be on camera for this one.
Come on, Lola, you look so beautiful.
The first person to tell me what date is my rebirth date wins a dozen spring rolls.
Ooh, that's a hard one.
I said I got 2 birthdays. You want some Wawa? Which
Okay,
one?
viewers, he has 2 birthdays. What is his rebirth date?
Birthday is my rebirthday, and you get to win 1 dozen of your favorite spring rolls. 1 dozen. 1 dozen. Lola, what's your favorite spring roll? Say 1 dozen. 1 dozen. March 14th. No. No.
Karen.
March 14th was my 3rd birthday.
Oh, 3rd birthday. We're looking for the 2nd birthday. I think this was really early on.
Close though.
It is March, right?
It is March.
It's March.
March 14th was the day my COVID birthday.
Right.
That's the day I decided that I'm not giving up. I have another day that I decided to get my health in order and get my life in order. July 16th. No.
It's in March, people.
In March. Maybe that was too hard. That was too long. I'm so long in the story.
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking at something else.
Wait, here's somebody. Let's see. March 6th. Ooh, she's close.
She's close. She's close.
6 plus 4, right?
6 plus 4. No.
Oh, shoot. I screwed it up.
March 1st. Adam got it. March 1st.
March 1st. Adam. 2 dozen spring rolls on your way, Adam.
So, Adam, if you can, inbox me either on Funky Fresh Spring Rolls or TrueMan McGee, my personal page. I think we're friends.
Cool.
You get, and then for the 2nd dozen, what year? I briefly said this, so you had to be really listening. What year did Funky Fresh Spring Rolls get incorporated? What year?
Ooh.
What year? I'm gonna tell you this. I'll give you a clue. I kept saying 2013. That's not the year.
Yeah.
What's the year that Funky Fresh Spring Rolls say Funky Fresh? 1 dozen spring rolls. Let's see.
What year?
Davey, do you know? Do you remember?
I think I do. Should I?
Okay.
I don't want to try it, but I think I know.
All right. Oh, Lola, COVID. Come on.
Oh.
I don't know COVID. Girl, come here.
In your arm. In your arm.
Put it right there. COVID. Look, there you go. Right there.
You need to sanitize, Lola.
This is the baby.
Okay. What year? Let's see. Anybody have an idea? Or I'm going to guess and see if I can get me some spring rolls. Ooh, that's a girl after my own. Oh, Katie said 2015.
Katie, you are correct.
Right.
Oh, definitely. You were just too like, 2015, October 7th, 2015. Wow, it's coming. I didn't realize the anniversary is coming up. I got to do something for it.
Lola, I'm going to tell you, I love your sparkly shoes. They're so pretty. So pretty. You're beautiful.
Hands, by the way.
Well, that was fun. Thanks for the giveaways. That was awesome.
Yeah. So, Katie and Adam, hit me up so we can get your raw. Either you can come to the Sherman Feast and get it, or I gotta deliver it to you. Whatever you want.
Cool. So fun. Well, have fun with your spring rolls, everybody. And you know, TrueMan, I think you're a great guy. We're so lucky to have you in our community and in the restaurant industry. Your kids are rock stars. They're lucky to have a dad like you. Your employees, I know, appreciate you also. Ooh, a water. Love that.
What's this, man? Where's the Be Clear? Where's the Be Clear?
What's with the
drinking this, man? He's gonna fight me.
Nestle water.
This is where
Wrong
we're
bottle, my friend.
There we go.
There you go.
I was just gonna do this. Don't tell Marty that we're pouring a.
Oh, I hope he doesn't catch you.
That's my guy.
That's so funny.
Okay.
So thank you, my friend. This was so much fun. I knew we would have a good time. I'm so grateful that you took the time. I know you're busy with lots of things, but all of your words of wisdom and everything you're doing, this was just super cool.
Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it. I know you was trying to make it work, and we finally did it.
We did it! True man.
Yes. So can I leave the people with some words of wisdom?
It's all your. I'm going to put you on the big screen, my friend.
All right.
Let's hear it.
All right, Lola. Wow. So I just want to remind people during these times, during tough times, people will never forget how you made them feel. So treat people with empathy, treat people with care. Go the extra mile to be patient during these times. We all going through it. I say for the first time, we all got something everybody can relate to. So Lola is straight twerking on me right now. But just have empathy, have patience. Let's love one another extra hard during these tough times, and get your roll on.
Get your roll on. Thank you for those words of wisdom. We all need to hear that every day, so often.
Thank you.
So this is so cool. I can't wait to get my spring rolls soon.
Yes.
And I want to meet those kids.
David, I got your address. I'm going to ship some to you, too. So you're going to get some this week.
Yeah, can't wait. Hey, thanks, Lola. You're beautiful. Can't wait to meet you in person one day soon.
Hi.
Hey. Thank you, my friend Truman. Good luck.
Right, everyone.
Be well. Take care. And thank you so much. It was Bye, Truman. That was so great. And I'm so glad that Adam, Katie got some spring rolls coming to you. Such a great guy. Make sure to check out Funky Fresh. And I want to give you the website one more time to make sure that I have it right. funkyfresh.kitchen. So thanks for joining me for happy hour. This was a little fun twist on our normal DC Live. So great to see all of you. Thanks, Annette, Samantha, Michelle, Karen, so many people. I can't give you all a shout out, but it's great to see you. Tune in tomorrow morning to the Morning Blend on today's TMJ4 for Entertaining in Style with David Caruso. I can't wait to see you, and we will hopefully see you next week for DC Live also. Thanks so much again to TrueMan McGee at Funky Fresh. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.